Pixels, phones with good reputation, they are perfectly optimized and provide a pure Android experience with quick updates. In today's video we will take a look at the smallest and cheapest member of the Pixel family. We will find out if it meets the needs for the phone from this series. Let's talk about the design of the phone. The phone is distinctive and interesting. Metal frame, plastic back and camera island that differs from the rest of the competition. These things make the phone interesting. All of the parts of the Pixel fit well and there are no gaps. I even think the plastic back is better than glass one because the manufacturers are able to make it so well that it's indistinguishable. What's more, the plastic will not break and will not interfere with wireless charging, like a metal does. This problem doesn't bother me as the phone does not support wireless charging. I will mention charging later in this video. The bezels around the screen are not the smallest, but it isn't a problem because the case covers them a little anyway. The phone is available in the three following colors: sage, chalk and charcoal. The phone is small and it fits well in your hand. It can be even used with one hand. The display is 6.1-inch OLED. It's 60Hz refresh rate at full HD resolution. Most people say that 60Hz in a phone of this class is a joke. However, I think it's enough. Yes, I agree that 90 or 120 Hz is smoother, but for me there is no difference if I'm not concentrating on the refresh rate. For me, even 24 FPS is enough. Most people don't know about that, but quite a few movies were recorded in 24 FPS, and people don't notice it. For me it's more important to have stable 60 than stuttered 120 or 90. The Pixel has good optimization and great performance, which make for beautiful polished and clean Android animations that look great even at 60 Hz. The effect is intensified by the fact that it's an OLED, with infinite contrast and great colors. Speaking of OLED, the phone supports always on display and it's customizable. The speakers on this phone are great. They are of course worse than flagship phones, but I don't think you will find better sounding phone at this price. You can hear a wide stereo range and even some bass. Talking about stereo, the main speaker is on the side of the chassis and pairs with talk speaker facing front. Haptics in this phone are great and offer more than you would expect. Mics are the same and I don't have anything bad to say about them. For me they are 10 out of 10. And now I need to say something about, I think, the worst aspect of this phone: the cameras. Google does its magic with software and the photos come out decent. But the hardware in this is a joke. The camera hasn't changed since Pixel 2 was released. It was 5 years ago. This is the same model as it is in the cheapest phones with only 12 megapixels, but enough negatives. The phone records in 4K 60 frames, which is impressive and has a crazy stabilization. But don't worry about the bad quality of hardware. Maybe you've heard about the big blind test of smartphone cameras from MKBHD. Guess who the winner is?
So first of all, overall winner. So with the highest average ELO rating across all three categories. And first place is the Pixel 6a, the People's Choice camera of 2022. The Pixel 6a came in third, second, and second in the three categories.
It blows my mind. After all the reviews I've seen telling me how bad the hardware is, I'm glad I chose this phone as my daily driver. The battery capacity is 4400 mAh. The phone lasts for around 5 hours on mobile network, which is, I think, more than enough for all day use. And now, the good part of this video. The Pixel 6a has the same flagship processor as the Pixel 6 Pro, which is mind-blowing because it makes this phone one of the most powerful phones at this price. Listen one more time. This is the same CPU as it is in 2.5 times more expensive phone. It also has Mali G78 MP20 graphics. Many people think that the problem with this phone is only 6 GB of RAM, but for the pure Android it's good amount. The phone rarely reloads applications. I used a Xiaomi phone with the same amount of RAM, and that one had to restart applications very often. This problem is almost non-existent in the Pixel. The phone has 128GB of fast UFS 3.1 storage. The fingerprint reader is a bit slow and does not read the finger correctly every time, but it is the problem of many readers under the screen. Speaking of connectivity, the Pixel supports Wi-Fi 6E, Bluetooth 5.2 and 5G. It also supports dual SIM, but one of the SIMs must be eSIM. To sum up, it is a great phone at great price. It has a lot of advantages, and only disadvantage, in my opinion, is this 12 megapixel camera. If Google finally update the camera on this version of the phone, it would be a perfect compact phone. But it's still a great phone if you can deal with mediocre photos, as the reviewers said, but I think that photos aren't that bad. I hope you really enjoyed this video. Please leave a like, sub and comment. See you in the next video.